would like to thank the organizers for providing me an opportunity to present at such a prestigious platform. Myself, Dr. Rohit Valse from Sri Chitra Institute, and I'll be presenting a case series of ectopic origin of pulmonary artery from ascending aorta. I would like to begin my talk with two representative cases. This was a 3-month-old boy who was referred to us with a diagnosis of tetralogy of Fallot with absent pulmonary valve for an elective surgery with saturation of 90%. And his routine echo evaluation showed that as seen in this color compare short axis view, the main pulmonary artery is continuing as right pulmonary artery and there's a free pulmonary regurgitation. So there was no left pulmonary artery. On further detailed analysis, we found that this left pulmonary artery was in fact arising from the aorta, and the main pulmonary artery was continuing as right pulmonary artery. The subcostal view also showed that LV is giving rise to aorta, and the left pulmonary artery is arising from the ascending aorta. So this was a case of an ectopic left pulmonary artery from ascending aorta with associated tetralogy of Fallot. Our second case, 15-day-old neonate, referred with cyanosis and heart failure as a case of transposed great arteries. We noticed that his parasternal long axis view was showing an abnormal ectopic origin of right pulmonary artery from ascending aorta, which could have led to the confusion of diagnosing transposed great arteries. And his short axis view had shown that the main pulmonary artery is in fact continuing as left pulmonary artery and there is no right pulmonary artery. So this was a case of an isolated right pulmonary artery from ascending aorta. So this ectopic origin of pulmonary artery from ascending aorta in presence of two separate semilunar valves is a rare congenital abnormality. It occurs due to failure of sixth aortic arch to connect with pulmonary trunk with a prevalence of around 1 in 2 lakh. Ectopic origin of right pulmonary artery is twice more common than ectopic origin of left pulmonary artery. And this anomaly occurs in conjunction with other cardiovascular abnormalities like tetralogy of Fallot and other cardiac septal defects. So we tried to include all patients presenting with ectopic origin of pulmonary artery from ascending aorta at our institute in the last 21 years. And we carefully excluded patients where ductus arteriosus was continuing as pulmonary artery. And we followed up these patients for almost 6 years. So we could find around 9 patients with ectopic RPA origin and 7 patients with ectopic LPA origin from ascending aorta. The median age of presentation was 53 days and 57 days in these groups. The saturation on presentation was 87% and 88% respectively. The presence of heart failure and PAH on presentation was more commonly associated with ectopic RPA group than ectopic LPA group, whereas presence of right arch was exclusively found with ectopic LPA group. The proportion of associated congenital anomalies were as depicted in this diagram. 6 patients had PDA, followed by tetralogy of Fallot, 5 patients, and isolated case of ectopic origin of PA was one which we showed before with ectopic RPA. Subgroup analysis showed that this association of VSD and tetralogy of Fallot was more common in the patient in patients with ectopic LPA than in ectopic RPA, and the occurrence of PDA was more common in ectopic RPA group, whereas isolated ectopic PA was also exclusively found in RPA group. So we had 16 patients, 9 with ectopic RPA and 7 with ectopic LPA, out of which 2 patients had lost to follow-up. All were advised surgery, out of which 6 underwent surgery and 5 were alive without any occurrence of pulmonary arterial hypertension, without any residual PAH, and 1 patient had died in the perioperative period. Out of the 8 patients who did not undergo surgery, 2 patients were still alive with severe pulmonary arterial hypertension and they were on pulmonary vasodilators, and 6 patients had died. 2 of them had presented in the neonatal period with severe sepsis and died of sepsis, and the other 4 patients had died of heart failure. So here all patients who underwent surgery had a good outcome, whereas those who did not undergo surgery resulted in development of either pulmonary arterial hypertension or had died of heart failure or sepsis. So to conclude, segmental echocardiographic analysis is of utmost importance in clinching the diagnosis of this condition. Ectopic LPA from ascending aorta is usually associated with other intracardiac anomalies, and early diagnosis and correction of this condition results in favorable long-term outcomes. While if unoperated, ectopic pulmonary artery from ascending aorta would eventually lead to development of severe PAH and high mortality in future. Thank you.
We are not sure right